In this specific video, I'm going to show you how to build an autoresponder and get the web code. So you can be on your way to adding the subscription form in the next video to your website and begin to build your lists of email subscribers. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, in this example, I'm going to be using aweber.com. You can use any other autoresponder that you want, but I find Aweber and GetResponse to be the easiest in terms of setup. Now, when you log into Aweber, the first thing that you will need to do is, of course, to create a list. At the very top, you'll see Create and Manage List. So go ahead and click on that. And then at this page, if you scroll all the way to the right, at the very top, you're going to see a green button that says Create a New List. So simply click on Create a New List. And with Aweber, it's going to automatically name your list at the very top here. So you can basically just enter your customized list name here. So we could say something, we'll just leave it like it is, but you can customize it if you want to do that. You can also enter the list description, and that's just for you when you refer back to it so you know exactly what the list is all about. And then your name, of course, your name, and then your address would be your email address. And once you're done with that, if you scroll further down, you can see notifications. You can receive an email every time a new subscriber is added to your list. So just put your name and your email here if you want to. If you don't want notifications, don't enter your name and email. After that, simply click on Save Settings. And if you scroll back to the top, you can personalize your list here. Simply enter your company name, your website URL, and your email signature. Basically, every time that your emails go out, the company branding will be added to the very end. So if you want to customize that later on, then you can just leave this blank. And right below that, you have social media and sharing, so you can actually integrate with Twitter and Facebook whenever you do your broadcasts. But in this case, we're going to leave it as it is. Click on Confirmed Opt-in. And just to explain to you what confirmed opt-in is all about, basically what that means is when somebody subscribes to your list for your free report or free gift, they actually have to go back to their email address, and Aweber is going to send them an email, and they actually have to click that they want to actually receive the gift from you. So it's basically an added layer of protection for you just to basically say, okay, do you really want this gift? Or is this email somebody else's email? Now, you will probably decrease the amount of subscribers that you have if you have confirmed opt-in. However, what I found is that it actually increases your conversion rates because people actually have to go through a few more steps, but they really want to have your gift. So this is the confirmation message, so you can customize the subject, the intro, and so forth. Then at the very bottom, you see the success page or confirmation success page URL. Basically, this is a page where after they confirm their email, they're going to be forwarded to this specific URL. So this could be your thank you URL and so forth. Okay, so after that you've done this, go under messages and click on follow up. This is basically the section where you can begin to set up your follow-up messages. So if we click on new plain text message and we click on this drop down menu here, you can see that you can have HTML messages. You can choose from a bunch of templates. You can enter a plain text message or paste in HTML if you know how to do that. In this case, we're going to click on New Plain Text Message. And then you can enter your subject line here and the body, email body. Now, whenever you enter your subject line, you need to make sure that it is related to whatever action that they just took. So if they just signed up for your free report, you might want to say something like download your free report here. So they know exactly what it is because they know they subscribed to get a free report. So they're waiting for a free report in their email. So you want to make sure that you connect the dots from call to action, they've taken the action, and now they're waiting for the free report. So do something that's related to that and then enter in the body, of course, the free report. You can click next when you're done. And Aweber also provides you with click tracking. We're going to click on save and exit. And there we go. Now, as you can see, this is the first message that will be sent when somebody subscribes to your list. And you can also test it by simply clicking on test. And you can also copy this message as well. So if you have similarities that you want to just copy this over and edit it, you can also do that. Now, I want to click on this to show you this, but if you create a secondary follow-up message, I'm going to create a secondary message. So the second message says, have you gotten your free report? And enter the free report again. We'll click on next. Now, you'll notice that there's something different about this page. Whenever you create a secondary follow-up message, an additional one after the first one, you'll notice at the settings that enables you to send the second message after a certain number of days for the previous, up to 999 days. Now, obviously you don't want to do that, so what we're going to do is we'll say that 2 days after the previous, that's when they're going to get this email here. So it's kind of like a follow-up or a reminder to show them that, hey, did you get the free report? Now, Aweber has this neat feature. If you turn this on, you can actually set it to send only during certain days in time. So if you want it only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and not during the weekends, you can actually do that. But in this case, we're going to leave it off. We're going to click on save and exit. And there we go. So we've created a first message and a secondary message. So the first message is sent out immediately after they confirm their email. The second message is sent out 2 days after they receive this email, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So you can begin to add more text messages and email messages from that point. And under the subscribers section, this is actually where you can search for specific contacts for certain lists and things like that. Under web forms is where you would actually create the subscription forms. So if we click on web forms, this is basically where you would create your web forms. And you can create as many as you want for every single one of these campaigns. So if you wanted to create 2 different web forms and test them out and see which one works the best, you can actually do that. So you can actually split test your web forms. So if we click on create a new web form, this is really easy to use. And I'm going to walk you through step by step. So as you can see here, we have a web form that is automatically created. But as you can see here, it's very customizable. You can increase the width. You can also remove certain pieces of this. So that we got the header where you can actually add a little blurb. We've got the name, we've got the email, we've got your privacy link, we have the footer, and more of the footer here. You can also change the template design. And you got a lot of different little templates here. Now you're going to see these links at the very top here. These actually control what it looks like under here. So let's say, for example, I do not want a header. If I click on that and it turns from gray to white, that means I haven't pressed it. So if I press this, the headline appears. So if I remove this and I remove this, as you can see, it's starting to disappear. And let's say, for example, that I only want their email address. I don't want anything else but their email address. And depending on your WordPress site, it can be really wide, it could be really short, and so forth. So I think I'm going to leave it like this and click on Save Web Form. And we're going to go to step number 2, which is the basic settings. And you can name the form name anything you want. You can enable Facebook registration forms if you want to. And then for a thank you page, you can either use the audio version, smart version, or your custom page URL. This is basically when somebody fills in their name and information, they're going to be sent to your thank you page. Now, this is good for single opt-in. If you're doing confirm opt-in, you might want to do the basic version that shows them, hey, you need to go back to your email address and confirm this link. The already subscribed page are for people who are already subscribed to your list. And this can sometimes help, especially if they have subscribed but they haven't yet gotten the emails, so they can do it again. So you can say custom page and link them directly to the thank you page. Click on go to step 3 when you're done. And you can install the form. Now, when you install the form on a WordPress site, majority of times with certain widgets, you're going to need to have the basic HTML code. So Aweber gives you the JavaScript code here, and they give you the raw HTML version. Now, if you're going to upload it to a regular HTML-based site, you can use JavaScript and HTML. So it really depends on your situation. But this is basically the code, which we're going to add in the next video to your site.